Welcome everybody. Wednesday, February 18th, 4:45 p.m. We are going to take a look at Tesla stock today. We are going to take a look at the VIX, the stock indices, gold, silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum from a technical analysis perspective, not from the news perspective, because the news, they are all over the place. Good news, bad news, good news, bad news. So what is the stock going to do? We are going to look at it from the stock market perspective, the tug of war between the buyers and sellers. Tug of war between the buyers and sellers. Are there more buyers coming in? Are there more sellers coming in? This is what makes the difference between a price that goes higher or lower. So this is what we are going to look at. So just a bit of a recap, and this video, I do 5 videos a week. This one is free on YouTube on Wednesday. If you want to see the other 4, you can become a member at the 5 video a week level. So Tesla was into a bullish channel since April of last year. This was the channel. We were zigzagging into it. So that channel lasted for what, 8 months. So lines can last a long time. Trends last a long time. So right now we are into a downtrend since December, going down. Each time we are getting close to that line, we cave in, and guess what? Not too long ago, Wednesday of last week, Wednesday, Thursday of last week, outside briefly, and today again. Today, look at this. We tried today. We went just a bit outside during the day, and then we caved in. So the bullish channel is still intact. The bearish channel, bearish. The bearish channel is still intact. It is going lower until we break outside of it. We should consider Tesla stock to go down. We should consider that it is going to continue to go down. On top of it, we are looking at some momentum indicators. So we have stochastic over 60 here. The white line is the daily stochastic. This thin green is the weekly stochastic, and the monthly stochastic is the thicker green line. So this is a new indicator. I'll be posting it on Discord this week. So yeah, this gives a nice perspective as to what is happening, and when stochastic is not above 60, stocks are going nowhere. So yes, sometimes it tries, but when stochastic does not go above 60, it comes down. So there's no stochastic above 60, so there is no momentum at all. So even when we have no momentum and try to break outside of this downward channel, we had briefly momentum right here. We had stochastic at 62, and it lasted only one day and came back down. So not much momentum in Tesla stock, even though Elon Musk is talking about the cyber taxi going to be sold for $30,000 before 2027. Is this having an impact on the stock? No, not yet. Is it going to happen tomorrow? Is it going to happen next week? Is it going to happen in December? Is it going to happen in July? Nobody knows. But we are going to be here to notice it the day it happens. We don't need to know in advance if we look every day. If we look every day and we see it happening, then we can act. That's it. But yeah, no momentum on the daily chart. This is going nowhere so far. On the 1 hour chart, look at this. Never got stochastic over 60 during the day on the 1 hour chart. So we had a little bit of a move right here. It looked like we were going to break outside, This one was outside of the bearish channel. Did we have? Yes. We had stochastic over 60, 62. Then the next candle, boom, it was gone. And now we are back. We are hovering on 410.25. 410.25 right here. Yeah, this is where we are. So No momentum, even though we had it briefly. We had it for 1 hour during the day, but we finished with no momentum on the 1 hour chart also. And if we do the channel created by the low we had last Thursday, is it last Thursday? Yeah, no, yesterday. Then this is where we are. This is where we are. We have this support right here, like this, and if we break it, then we should be continuing down a little bit more. So we'll see what is going to happen. So this is the line we need to watch. This is the line we need to watch right here. So this is a little bit lower than 406.90. So, you know, depending on how fast we reach it, if we reach the line I just drew fast, then this is 405. And if we reach it slowly, then it could be 407. So I cannot give you a specific number. This is the line right here. This is the line that we need to watch. Voila. So this is what's happening with Tesla stock. It's not going higher. So you can chance it and buy now, but there's no indication that the buyers are overpowering the sellers. So, you know, on this channel, we try to want to see an imbalance between the buyers and sellers, you know, because when there's such an imbalance, then we are having big moves. You know, stochastic was over 60 right here. And, you know, we have some big moves. We have some smaller moves. You know, it's not always rainbows and unicorns, but each time stochastic is over 60, you know, you see that the stock is doing something. Sometimes briefly, sometimes very briefly, but it's doing something. So stochastic is one thing that we are looking at. We are also looking at that horizontal resistance, at bullish or bearish channel, blah blah blah. So right now, no momentum. Let's wait until we see some momentum up before getting in. Sometimes we can get in on the 1 hour chart for small swings, but when these happens and when we don't have the corresponding momentum on the daily chart, we should really take those profits on the 1 hour chart, because profit won't last a long time. So if we don't have a nice buy signal and momentum on the daily chart, but we see a small buy signal and small momentum on the 1 hour chart, it could be very temporary. So if you are in the money, you take it and you pocket it. Voila. So this is for Tesla. Now let's take a look at the rest of the market. So the VIX, the fear factor of the stock market, when the VIX goes high, the stock market goes down. Well, the VIX last Thursday was pretty elevated. Look at this. Went quite high, quite fast. So since then, you know, the markets have been a little bit iffy. Now things are cooling off today. So we have a move down today. Went as low as 1849. We like the VIX to be below 20, which it is. But we are still in this uptrend. So, yeah. Last week, is it last week or the week after? Week before, we had the VIX go high and then it came down. So people were happy, but we were getting close to our support right here. And guess what? It took a couple of days and then went back up. So maybe this is going to happen again. This is coming back down. Maybe it's going to stay down a couple of days, and maybe it is going to do this, because we need to think about the trend. This is the trend. The trend is that it's going higher. It's making noise in between the two lines of the trend, but within the trend as a whole, it is going higher. And when the VIX goes higher, the stock market goes lower. So this is a concern right there. This is a concern. Let's take a look at Dow Jones. What happened with Dow Jones? So Dow Jones, this one is holding pretty nicely. You see this here, it's holding, boom, 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 boom. You know, you see this? This is not random. This is not random. This is following this line. Dow Jones is following this line. So this line is showing us that Dow Jones is trending up. At the same time, it's trending flat on the highs. This is the lows. This is the lows. The lows. This is the highs. The highs cannot go higher than this, with an exception here, but since then we are still trying. So if we see that Dow Jones starts to break above, and here I can give you a number, if it starts to break above 49,636, which it did, 49,662, barely. So, you know, we like to have a bigger break than that. So we have a $30 break, or not even that. So, so yeah, this is technically a break because it's $26 above, but you know, it's not a big break. You know, this is a nice break right here. Boom. You know, when we have a break like this, we don't wonder, has this been broken? Well, it's pretty clear. Boom, it's been broken. Here, we need to look at the numbers here on this right part. So because of that, you know, I hesitate to call it really a break. But yeah, we have some momentum. We have no, we don't have stochastic over 60. We have DMI. That's the only momentum that we have. So you see, it's not super strong. SPX, let's look at this. We don't have any momentum up. So this move here is not to be believed because it's just too recent. You know, the stock market does not recognize time. Time does not respect what is done without it. So when something is just too new, it should not be believed yet. It needs to be proven first. It needs to be sustained a little bit. So on the daily chart, there is nothing that has been sustained. On the 1 hour chart, we are starting to see some momentum. So on the 1 hour chart, we can believe this for now. So this is the 1 hour chart channel that we are in. And that 1 hour chart channel was stopped by this bearish channel that we have been under since February 10th. So so for SPX to go higher, we need to break this. If it does not break this, we are continuing lower, following this downtrend. If we break it, then the downtrend is over, and this bull trend, it's not a huge bull trend, you know, it started February 17th, it started yesterday, but this bull trend is going to win. So it's either this one that is going to win, or it's this one that is going to win. We'll see. We are going to see. The good news is that we have momentum on the 1 hour chart, so maybe this is going to succeed. Let's take a look at QQQ on the daily chart. QQQ, well, no momentum on this one on the daily chart. So the move up that we have right now is not to be believed. So what we have is basically this. So unless proven otherwise, we are continuing down. Next stop is going to be 588. 588. Why 588? Not because I am choosing that number, but because this is what happened in the past. You see? history is repeating itself. So 588 is something, is a nice support. So if we don't break this one right here, we should be going down to 588. So downtrend, small downtrend for QQQ. Nasdaq, same thing. Nasdaq, same thing. Yes, it's rebounding a little bit. This was a rebound. No stochastic, did not hold. Now trying again. Is there a stochastic yet? Nope. So don't believe it. Don't believe it. So there's noise. This is stocks have a lot of noise in their movement. There's a lot of noise. So this stochastic here below is filtering the noise. It's filtering the noise. So yeah, no momentum for Nasdaq either. Russell, this is the small caps. Small caps momentum is coming back. We have stochastic at 62. We have our stock EMA reversal bullish too. So this one is doing better. So the small caps are doing better than the Nasdaq and S&P 500. Let's now take a look at gold and silver and Bitcoin and Ethereum. So first, let's look at our momentum. We don't have much momentum on the daily chart. So any move up that we are seeing since the big move down that we had at the beginning of the month, all of this means nothing so far. This is just noise. This is just noise. Yeah, no stochastic. Our reversal indicator is still bearish. We have one indicator, DMI, which is a long-term indicator. This one is still kind of believing what is happening here. Last time with gold, we went as high as 38.57. So let me do this right here. So this is what we would need to break to have more chance to have a sustained move. So what could be happening is that, you know, we could be playing here, and when we start to get 38.57, then we should be getting stochastic over 60 at the same time. So that would be a little bit more believable. But right now this is zigzagging, trendless. Silver, same thing. No stochastic, no DMI, no reversal indicator. This one is just bouncing headless, like a chicken who's got its head cut off, just going anywhere. So it's not something that you can trade. You know, you don't trade. Well, if you want to trade on the trend, you need to see a trend. So there's no trend right now. If we go on the 1 hour chart, yeah, we can start to see some trends happening. If we go on the 5-minute chart, there's a lot more trends happening. The profit is smaller when these trends start. But on the daily chart, where you know, the big money can be made, then there's no trend right now. And you know, we have something like this that's happening also. This is the steepness of the descent that we have been in since January 30th. This is where we are. Look at how everything fits. Huh? Look at this. Perfection, 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 perfection. You know, the market is very organized. It's very organized. And I'm not the only one doing lines. So everybody on the stock floor, the trading floor, are doing these lines. So if you do them well, you will see that everything lines up. So this is where we are. So we are trending down a little bit. For now, we are stopped by this one right here. If we go lower, boom, maybe 23.30 something. If we trend lower, then it's going to mean that this is the bearish channel that's winning. If we break this one, if we break this one right here with a stock movement like this, it's going to mean that this is the one that's winning. It would be winning. So right now we are at the junction. Nobody knows where this is going to go. And we don't need to know in advance. We are just going to watch every single day and see what happens as it happens. And if you want a copy of these lines, you know, I share this, you know, sharing, copy link, boom, boom. You can get a copy of all the lines for all these stocks. So become a member at the line level, copy Pierre's line. So you can join. So let's now take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So, well, Bitcoin, look at this. Bitcoin, even if you're new here, this is a downtrend. So we are trending down, and everybody knows we are into a downtrend. And we started to bounce a little bit on February 5th. We bounced a little bit. And now we are basically just going sideways within the downtrend. So we could do this, we could do this, we could do this, and we would still be into this downtrend. So we need to be mindful of that. So even if you start seeing Bitcoin gaining, you know, getting over 72,000, 75,000, and even 81,000, does it mean that Bitcoin is back? No, it's not back, because this is the line that Bitcoin needs to break. So here, right here, we are at 82,000, and we are still below this line. In order to get above, we need to be around 84,000. So 84,000, now we are starting to talk. And because this is a diagonal line, if Bitcoin goes slower instead of fast, if it goes slow to break the line, it will only need 76. It's going to need 76 in April. It's going to need 84 in March. So this is the velocity of the trend. This is the velocity of the trend. And if the trend continues, we can extrapolate that if we continue, on average, we could be at 57,000 Bitcoin in April. This is the middle of this. This is the middle of the channel. This is, you know, we can extrapolate the direction and the velocity of Bitcoin's price. You know, the beginning of the trend was in September of last year. We were at 120,000 for a Bitcoin. And on average, you know, this is zigzagging like this. But on average, this is the rate of descent. And with this rate of descent, 77,000 in April 8th. So it could be 59,000, it could be 56,000, but this is the next destination. This could be the next destination, considering that the bearish channel holds. And no momentum on the daily chart. No momentum at all. There's no indication that buyers are overpowering the sellers. They are not overpowering the sellers. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum, pretty much the same story. We are into a bearish channel, so it's not the time to buy that, you know. If you buy it, you are buying high. So don't dollar cost average in a downtrend. Dollar cost average on an uptrend, that's fine. But here you are buying high each time you are buying, because it is going lower until it does not anymore. So don't dollar cost average into that. That's a mistake. Well, that's not very efficient. That's not optimal. That's not optimal. So yeah, you know, this line is no longer good. So we are going sideways, much like Bitcoin going sideways. We are hovering. Gonna adjust it a bit. We are hovering between 1896 and 2145. So again, the same thing as with Bitcoin. If you start seeing Ethereum break 2145 and 2300 and 2400 and get to 2500, does it mean that it's back? No. No. Now we need to break this in order to be back. So we need at least 2600 by March. Mid-March, 2600. Okay, we would be out of the woods, but not lower than that for that date. And last but not least, we can take a look at the BMNR. So this is a Ethereum treasury. So this one is at 1982. Made a low at 1716 not too long ago, and right now cannot go above 2234. So this is where we are. So what is the conclusion? What is the conclusion here? Well, the conclusion is there's no momentum in this stock market. There's no momentum. Nasdaq, QQQ, SPX. Dow Jones, technically no, we are at 59. So Dow Jones has nothing to. So the stock market is not going higher. So keep your money aside. You can play here and there just for fun, but don't put much in going long, because the market is showing us that the buyers are not overpowering the sellers, and we need that. We need an overpower in one direction or the other to really make money. And SPX, you know, this is the big channel for SPX, and this channel has been in place since look at this, 2020. Look at this, 2020. This is the bottom part, this is the top part, and we have been, since October of last year, we have been close to that top part. And you know what happens? You know what tends to happen when we touch this part of a channel? And when we touch this part, well, when we touch the green line, we tend to bounce. And when we tend to touch the red line, we tend to bounce the other way. Bounce. This was a sideways bounce. This was a downward bounce. And yeah, look at this. Bounce here. So we are here. So we are on this side. And when we are on this side, we tend to go on the other side. I don't know. I'm not predicting anything, but I would not be surprised if we would not be making a move like this. It would be in line with how channels work. So unless we start breaking, you know, this resistance right here, if we start breaking it, then this is going to mean that we are breaking that pattern and we are stronger than that pattern. Right now, we are not stronger than that pattern. There's not enough imbalance towards the buyers. The buyers are not overpowering the sellers, so we are not breaking that. So right now, we are basically going sideways, going nowhere, zigzagging between the two right here. If we break this, if we break 67.80, this is not going to be good news, and we could be going much lower, like 6,500. If we break this one right here, if we break 7,000, if we break 7,000, this is going to be good news, but you know, 7,000 is right here. So if we break it, this is good news, but we still have this dagger here that we are stuck under. So, you know, it would be a nice round number to get above. I'm sure it would get some news in the financial papers. You know, Dow, SPX is above 7,000. This is great. Well, yeah, no. Yes, it would have been great here. Here at 7,000, we would have been outside of this. But here at 7,000, we are inside. So no. So this is below the trend. So this is not such good news. It's not as good as they might want to make it sound. So thank you guys. If you want 5 videos per week like this, become a member at the 5 video a week level. I'm going to wish you a great evening. We are going to talk tomorrow for those on that level. If not, we are going to talk again next Wednesday. So have a great evening. I'm going to tell you à la prochaine si Dieu le veut.